Here's one of our khaki Campbell ducks, being all duckish and posing for the camera here. Those are a new addition this year. We brooded them from day-old chicks, or ducklings, as it were. And this is our chicken ark setup. And this is what's very typical of the wake of the chicken ark. You can see there's a lot of stuff left. We don't take it down to the bare soil unless that is the goal. So, you know, basically they get a lot of their feed. They eat just a small fraction of the feed they've been eating without doing this, and they're very productive egg-wise.
And you can see, we just lift open the door here, and we got fresh eggs in here. So this is just from today.
Yeah, 2, 4, 6 eggs.
Have,
no, seven and 8.
Yep, 8
and
eggs.
One fake egg. One of those eggs are fake. The fake egg is to give them the idea that that's where they should lay it. All right. So we have this space here, and this space here over the winter was planted with turnips. And basically we free-ranged the chickens during the winter, and they had greens anytime the snow wasn't too deep for them to dig them. And this area lasted our whole flock of chickens all winter, and they pretty much demolished them when everything defrosted. So we got red raspberries climbing up our blueberry thing here, and they're fairly productive as well. I'm sorry, these are the black raspberries.
Black raspberries. There's also a perennial flower. I'm not sure what it is. It ends up with a cone-like white flower with these all along it. And they're pretty nice.
And you can see there's a lot of biodiversity going on here. Lots of lamb's quarters coming up, which is great, being that we're going to put the chicken ark through this path again very soon, and we're going to plant in its wake. So they have a lot of good stuff to eat. You know, some places actually call lamb's quarters fat hen because it is such good chicken feed. And you know, we've been looking here at the blueberry structure here, and it's full of very productive blueberry bushes, and if we can fix this and keep the birds out of it, we will have more blueberries than we know what to do with. Well, we know what to do with them, but I digress. Here we go. So now we need to look at this, and it is our crabapple tree that is super productive, and this will be great food for the chickens when we're free ranging them this winter. They'll all fall to the ground, and the chickens will scratch, and they'll have apples to eat. This is an old-fashioned snowball bush, and it's like bee crack. Bees love it, and it's very good for attracting bees and all sorts of other pollinating insects. This area here was the sacrificial area this winter for the chicken ark path. We left the chicken ark in the same place for a long time and let them take it down to the mud, and then we planted in its wake, and we have all sorts of good stuff, and the soil is very fertile, and most systems out there have some type of sacrificial area for the winter.
And above it we have a whole line here of chestnut trees.
Yeah, these are all very productive chestnut trees, and it's just another crop, and they also create a lot of chestnut saplings to transplant out into the other zones. So back here we have a more wild area. There's some domestic stuff that has come up, but in general we just kind of let this go. This is a little predator habitat and beneficial insect attracting plants. Here we have the kids play area.
We have peas again along the back fence line. They're doing fairly well.
And we have another old-fashioned snowball bush. Excellent pollination attractor. And over here we have all sorts of good stuff coming up in the sheet mulching we put. Nitrogen fixers and whatnot. We have some gooseberries that we had bought last year that are doing fairly well. It looks like they could use some type of compost tea. And we have currant bushes back there that we transplanted, that we found in the wilds of our other property. And we transplanted these all here, and they're doing fairly well, although they do need mulched. That grass is a resource hog. So we have more stuff here.
If you can see it, right
More peas.
here is Nanking cherry.
Which is basically a miniature plum.
We have peas that are actually growing up, if you can see it, the whole fence line.
Yeah, we should have a massive amount of peas very shortly here. And this Nanking cherry is something that we want to grow a lot of. And we just put in maybe a dozen plants last year.
Right.
And we want to put more in. This is some mint right here that we had brought from the other property. It's really good stuff. It's delicious. I don't know what variety it is, but it's great. All right. So now we have to go over here, and we have this sunflower-like family plant that grows. It's a perennial that would probably make a good compost crop. And we have some more black raspberries, some more zinnias. I'm sorry, more peonies. And we're over to this area.
We have a mountain laurel bush, and we're just pretty much letting this go wild with what it's doing here.
Yeah, and I mean, at some point we might do something. There's another snowball bush. But right now this is working for us. We are going to put this pond liner, we're going to sink this in here, and we're going to do some rainwater off these roofs to keep this little pond going.
We have a giant daylily in the back there.
Yeah, we'll be moving that out of the way and transplanting it other places. There's a massive number of plants there, actually.
We really enjoy sauteing daylilies over the summer to eat.
And here's, we have our fedge going along this fence line. This is the least complete line, but we do have some good hawthorns going here. That was actually found out on the property, and we transplanted it here. We got our floating duck house that you pretty much have to train ducks to use. The ducks we had bought were already trained to live in a chicken coop, and it didn't work out too well for them using this thing.
On the inner aspect of the fence, all this clover will get chopped and dropped.
Or fed to rabbits.
Or fed to rabbits. And cucumbers will be planted the whole way down this fence line along with sunflowers. They are good companions. And also I'll add dill, lots of dill. You have to have dill to keep the beetles away from your cucumbers.
And here's another one of these ponds, or these little swimming pools we paid like 30 cents for at the end of the season last year. And we
come up
and dump them, and you put more water in them, and the ducks will go and in them, and they'll do their thing, and they'll dirty the water, and you'll do it again,
and
you just keep moving it along. And it is great to add nitrogen to the nitrogen hungry sheet mulching to turn it into soil that much quicker. So I mean, that's basically our zone 1 here.
I just did add a cleome to the fence line. That's brand new this year, so we'll see how that goes.
And the decaying matter on the fence there is winter squashes that we trellis all around the fence. And okay, so that's about it for zone 1, I guess.